Yo, welcome back to the channel, guys. Today's goal is a little bit of an odd one, and I hope it goes well, but today's goal is going to be to cut this bumper. I know it doesn't sound logical, but I do have some reasoning behind it. I shouldn't even say reasoning. I should say I have found reasons to justify doing it. So I'm not talking about cutting the entire bumper off. If not, just the diffuser section. So this lower black section that comes along the bottom of the bumper. The other day I was driving and I went over something. If you follow me on Instagram, you probably saw my stories, but it kicked up from under the car, slapped the diffuser here, and broke my third brake light. But that's irrelevant. That has nothing to do with why we're doing this. I'm just telling y'all why that looks like that. So here are the justifications that I've come up with. One is drone. Right now, both of the tips or the mufflers themselves rest directly on the bumper. So I'm thinking by removing that contact point, I'll get a little bit less vibration into the car, and therefore maybe a little less drone. Again, these are justifications. It doesn't have to make sense. And the other justification that I have for it is that without this, I can actually push the tips in just a tad bit, because I don't have to worry about it coming past the actual diffuser, which means that I can tighten up the gaps that I have in my exhaust. So after I do this, probably next week, I'm gonna go back under the car. I have exhaust gasket maker, and I'm gonna add that sealant to each contact point where I have a gasket, because it's leaking pretty much everywhere under the car right now, except for the area at the mid pipe where there's a V-band connection. That one, no leaks, but everything else is leaking. So if I can push things back together a little bit, I'm thinking that I can resolve the exhaust leaks that I'm having right now. So those are two of my justifications. The third reason why I want to do it is because I saw a picture of someone else's car that's like that, and I personally just thought it looked badass. Like, it looked really cool. It added some like aggression to be able to see like the entire muffler back there. But also, because we're doing this, we're gonna add some function to it. So right now, this car is a pain in the butt to kind of jack up because all of the pinch welds are pretty much flat on both sides across the entire car. And with it being low, even when it's raised up, it's hard for me to get to the diff to try to raise the back up as a whole. So we got a package in from Z1 to help with that. All right, so let's open this up. No hardware. Here we go, guys. Okay, I was trying to one-hand everything out of the box and that wasn't working out, but you guys can see by now. Went ahead and got a bash bar from Z1 with the jack point on it. So the idea is that we get the bash bar installed, and then with the jack point being a little bit lower, we should be able to see it probably just behind the license plate. Don't know exactly how low it's going to sit. That's something I'll have to see. But I also have to double check my reference photo to see how much of this license plate backing I'm like taking out. So the idea is to get my my oscillating tool and kind of just pass it along the line that we have here. and just cut all of that section out. Then we'll get the bumper off, which to do, we're gonna have to get the taillights out completely on both sides, and I'll have to take off the two fasteners that are going from the over fenders to the bumper. But yeah, guys, this is what we are doing this time. I'll give you guys a picture. This is kind of my reference that I'm working with. Hopefully I get it right, but I just think it looks cool. Granted, under that car looks way cleaner than I'm sure under here looks. I'm not sure how much of that bright green is gonna show, but anywhere there is bright green, I'm probably just gonna spray black to hide it, because I don't want that bright green popping under the car, you know, while it's in motion. So we'll see what happens, but let me get this thing completely out. And then if I have time, we can go ahead and get started now. If not, I'll probably have to start tomorrow. But I'll go ahead and get the oscillating tool and start making my cuts. But yeah, I'm excited, guys. Let's see how this all turns out. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get started cutting. If I'm muffled, you know why. You see my other videos, cutting anything, you know I like to be safe. So yeah, cutting fiberglass is not something that I look forward to. Fiberglass, carbon fiber, like anything that's got like a fibrous thing going on that can end up in my lungs or somewhere else, I'm not a fan of cutting, so I'd rather be safe than sorry. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead. For now, I'm gonna use this vinyl line as sort of my tracing point, and I can always come back around and trim and sand and clean up as needed. But let's go ahead and get started with this. All right, so just finished chopping off that section, and I don't know if you guys are getting the inspiration right now, if you're kind of seeing what I'm seeing, but try to get the dash bar out of your head. Well, the stock crash, I'll take this off. Try to get the stock crash bar out of your head and just picture the piping, or the tubing rather, from the dash bar and the jack point down here. So obviously I've got to clean this up, but this was kind of the rough draft. So what I want to do next is get the bumper off and start installing the bash bar. And then I'll put the bumper back on, clean up the edges, and kind of figure out like how things need to sit. But I don't want to clean everything off now and then find out I need to do more trimming on the back or whatever it might be. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this done. Yeah. All right, y'all. I kind of got into a flow and almost forgot that I was recording this. So far we went ahead, we got the tail lights out, we got the bumper off. So right now I'm working on getting the factory crash bar off. Now, obviously, depending on where you source your crash bar from, it's going to be different, but also which one you get is going to make a difference. So this crash bar from Z1 is marketed as being for G35s and 350s, but they have different installation instructions online, so you may want to pay attention for whichever one you get to make sure that you're bolting this up properly. So for the G, we're literally only taking off this crash bar section and leaving this bracket on. You're not taking these bolts off and taking it completely off the car. So I've gone ahead, they're all 12 bolts, and then there's a single 12 nut in the middle. So I've been taking those out, and I'm gonna go ahead and get the ones on this side out and go ahead and take the crash bar off. Once that's off, I'll do a test fit with the new one, make sure everything lines up properly, and then we can go ahead and start tightening things up. All right, I'm gonna try to do this with the POV cam on so I can free my hands up. But we went ahead, got the crash bar off, like I said. So next thing I'm gonna do is get the new bash bar on. This thing does weigh a little bit, but for what it's supposed to be doing for your car, I would expect it to. So let's see how this lines up, because it should land right on this little hole, like so. And there we go. And then we have the jack point sitting almost level with the mufflers. So far I'm liking this. Only thing I'm gonna have to figure out, and we'll figure it out once the bumper is on and have a better idea of how things are situated, we'll see how the wiring goes. Right now it looks crazy because you see the wires falling behind the bash bar. So, but let's go ahead, get this thing on and finish this up. All right, so we've got this thing good and installed. So I'm gonna go ahead, grab the bumper now, get that back in place, kind of see how things line up and how they sit. Hopefully fitment is fine. Z1 does say that this bash bar fits a wide variety of bumpers that they've tried. Chargespeed one being a popular option for people. I'm hoping that I don't have any issues with fitment. So let's go ahead and grab that, slap it on there and see what's going on. Pretty much wrapped up on the bumper last night. Give you guys a daytime look at it, but this is where we are. So what I ended up doing was I had like that fender liner trim left over. So I used that to clean up the edges of the bumper where I cut, and it's actually sitting pretty well. I missed a spot right there. I cut a little short. So that's what that looks like there. Cleaned up the edge of it nice. The other issue that I had was that the license plate lights broke. So the bracket that was on there was actually kind of bent. So I had to force my license plate lights in there. And when I went to go take them out, both of them broke. Well, this one didn't break as much, I think. Actually, yeah. You can see it actually broke right there on that corner. So I didn't have license plate lights. So what I did was I went on Amazon. I got a 4-pack of these LED strips. And I used 2 of them. I wired one to each side of what the license plate light was. And I used one to illuminate the license plate, because obviously you need that illuminated. And then I put the second one in the back between the exhaust, and it kind of illuminates the opening down here, which is pretty cool. Let me actually close the garage for a second and I'll turn the light on so you can see it. All right, so with the garage closed, I'm gonna turn on the park lights, because again, it's all wired onto the license plate lighting. So we've got lights for the license plate, and then a second light kind of illuminating everything back there. So it just makes the exhaust kind of pop out even more. I just got to clean up. You can see the wires dangling there. I got to go tighten up those wires and clean that up. But otherwise, I think it looks pretty cool. I did take the car for a drive yesterday, and I do notice there is a less vibration. It obviously didn't do anything whatsoever for the drone, but the vibration definitely went down. So I don't feel as much vibration in the car like when the car is just at idle, because of the fact that the exhaust is no longer sitting on the bumper, or rather the bumper is no longer sitting on the exhaust. So this is our final outcome. I'm pretty much happy with it for the most part. Obviously, like I said, I need to clean up the wiring for the LEDs that I put, and also I think one of those is for my backup camera. If I could change one thing, I probably would have gotten the bash bar powder coated, a brighter color. It kind of gets lost in there being black. But I have some ideas in mind for how to kind of make it pop a little bit. just want to kind of stand out a little bit more than it is right now. Otherwise, yeah, I think I'm happy with this. Don't quite know what's next for the back end of the car. I do know I need to get some exhaust leaks tapped up, but that'll be another day. As always, appreciate you guys being here. Leave feedback, comments, whatever in the comments down there. If you have any questions, shoot them and I'll respond if I can. But otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next one. So peace out. God bless you guys and stay safe.